It's time for your daily crypto update with Framework Fortune Crypto. I'm your host, Ben. Now let's dive in. So, Bitcoin still testing that 50,000 area. We did have a little pullback there overnight, and it did drop down a little bit, but was able to hold up 49,000, pushing back over 50 now. We do have a bit of a triangle forming here, a little bit of consolidation. If we can see Bitcoin break above 50,500, we can see it start to push up some more, but looking pretty good. We did get a little rejection. This also could be a head and shoulders pattern right here. This would be the head, shoulder, shoulder. So if we do get rejected on this triangle, we will see a dump back down to that 50-day moving average at 48.99, basically 49. And if that doesn't hold, then it could be a little rough, and we might see a drop back down to 47.5. But as of now, Bitcoin's still testing. We are making higher highs and higher lows, so that's actually some bullish indicators there that this is probably going to break out in the next couple of days. Ethereum was able to break over 4,000 momentarily, but getting a pretty hard rejection off of that area. I'm not surprised. Pretty much went straight up to it once we broke over this 3,300 area. So it is below the 10-day. It needs to hold up support right here. The tops of these candles were resistance, and that was pretty decent resistance. So if that can now turn into support, which you see this is making somewhat of a triangle, then we'll see it break up out and retest 4,000. Seeing Bitcoin retesting 50,000, I would say after this consolidation, we'll see another test of 4,000 on Ethereum. And we very well could break over it and move on up to the 4,500, test those previous highs, those all-time highs. But if the market continues downward, we'll see Ethereum back to this 3,600 area at the 50-day moving average. So we do have some more runners. Poly has continued to explode all the way up to $1.35, having a little bit of pullback overnight and yesterday, but starting to push back up to $1 again. So rebreak of $1, that could run. It's currently up 40%. StormX breaking out. Look at this. Guys, I've been on StormX for a while, breaking all the way back out up to 5 cents. And I've been saying they've got a lot of stuff going on. Above all EMAs, this is nice movement here. Looks like we're going to get another push up as it's trying to hold this 4 cent to 4.5 cent area as support. See StormX continue to move. Filecoin finally breaking up to 100. This is one I was swinging for a while to try to get this breakout. Just took a very long time. Longer than I thought, the whole month of August, but almost up to 100. I don't see why it wouldn't get up to 100 at this point. But we probably will see a pullback when we hit 100, maybe back down to, let's say 85, maybe even 80. But there's a little bit of support right there at that 85 area. So if Filecoin continues to run and breaks through 100, which would be this resistance line right through here, then we could see it push up all the way to 125. This is a very low circulating supply, so when it gets a lot of buy-in volume, it can really rip. Polygon MATIC pushing back up to that 165 area. Polygon needs to break over 175, and then we could see it up to 2. So Cardano right now starting to drop out of this triangle, starting to look a little bit bearish. It needs to pop back up above this 10-day moving average if it's going to break over 3. If not, it could come back down to 250. I'm doing more research on it, and there's a lot of mixed feelings about Cardano in the crypto community. So I may lighten some more of my load on this one, because there's just been plays that have broken out way bigger than Cardano too. Like we saw Solana go from $30 to $150 over a small amount of time. I don't know. I still like Cardano. I'm just going to do some more research, see if there's any dirt that or something that I'm missing that it's holding this back from really taking off. I was really expecting it to break 3, and with this little pullback here, it may not. But we'll see. Cosmos, this thing is making a very nice triangle. right below that 25 area, and I expect it to break out. I am getting very bullish on Cosmos, and some of the money I took from Cardano I've started putting into the Cosmos ecosystem. I'm currently staking multiple coins from in the Cosmos ecosystem. There is some very good interest to be gained from staking. AKT, which is in the Cosmos ecosystem, which you can see is breaking out of this downtrend right now, 45% if you stake with the Kepler wallet. So that's where I'm starting to lean heavier on than Cardano, unless something major changes here soon with Cardano. But there's actual progress coming out of the Cosmos ecosystem, whereas Cardano is still behind some of these other blockchains. CGLD has pulled all the way back from its big run to 11, currently right above the 50-day moving average. Looks like the selling is slowing down. We're getting a bit of an indecision candle. This may be a good swing entry if we see some bullish momentum just a little bit on the next candle, popping back up above the top of this red little doji indecision looking candle. This is how CGLD likes to move. It has a rip, consolidates for a while, another rip, consolidates for a while. So yeah, I may even look to swing this myself if I see it hold up tonight. But good entry as it's down at the 50 a lot cheaper. Now if it can't hold here, it could drop back down to $4 at the 200 day, but it's been holding the 50 thus far on this move. So I did get out of CTSI. It's just not breaking out for me the way I wanted. It still does look like it may break out. It's just taking a really long time, and we're not seeing that big of a movement. Not much attention on Cartesi. So if you like a consistent grower, it could be one to stay in. But as far as the big explosions, it's just not having any in a while. Polkadot coming back up, testing that top resistance of the channel there. This 34 area getting a rejection, so it is getting a little bearish. May pull back down to the 30 area at that 50-day moving average before we see it come back up and test again, but looking pretty good. I like where it's at. EOS is one I was mentioning about this triangle and it not moving that fast and having some potential, and you can see it's broken out and shot up to 580. So if you did get in this, nice job. Looks like it's trying to hold some support at that 575 area. If it can hold there, it can make its way on up to 6 and maybe even higher. So I talked about Solana earlier, but you can see it hit that 150. It is holding up the 10-day as of now. If it continues to hold this 10-day moving average, it could go up and test 150 again. But at this point, these moving averages are really spread out. So that's a good indicator that it's getting overextended. It may test. I don't know if it'll break out, and if it does, I don't know how much more it'll have. But I think this is going to have to cool off for a little bit, a couple of weeks or so before it starts moving again. Because this has been a very massive move, and that does look like a peak. So there's the uptrend, and if that's the peak, it'd be a couple of weeks, and it would come back down, meet the uptrend somewhere. On to the news. This headline stuck out to me as I'm big on pushing for adoption of cryptos amongst the globe. Twitter reportedly to enable adding Bitcoin and Ethereum addresses to profiles. So that's good. I mean, we could go through and read all this, but it's going to be a new addition to their tip jar service. So people will be able to tip the influencers, people that they follow and like, through Bitcoin or whatever other cryptos they add as time goes on. Because usually once you start adding Bitcoin and Ethereum, you see other coins getting added no matter what the situation happens to be. Looks like we have Asia NFT and DeFi conference will bring together global unicorn companies. So this is coming up soon. Yeah, September 9th through 11th virtual conference. This could be something to check out. See who they got coming through there. We got the conference is organized by CC Global, the Blockchainer, supported by American Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Association, Blockchain Association Singapore, India Blockchain Alliance, Hong Kong Blockchain Association, and Boule International. So we got a lot of people in the crypto world going to be part of this. So you can find this on cryptonews.com if you want to read more into it and see how to check it out. So it looks like we also have some news on XRP. Ripple is going to resume trading on the Japanese exchange. Now, I know they use Ripple a lot in Japan. That's one of the bigger cryptos there. But you can see this SEC war continuing, and good for Ripple fighting back against the SEC. So I'm still gathering feedback around the community to see if everybody would like to see a 2 to 3 week episode of me just covering news separate from the daily crypto updates, or if you guys just like to keep it all in one like I'm doing now. Let me know down in the comments below. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.